Welcome to the Bogart Effect, a wealthy wisdom podcast. Please see important disclosure information at the end of the presentation.
We in no way are saying politics and investments don't go hand in hand. We need to be paying attention to what is being discussed on a policy perspective. We need to be, proactively planning for some of those things. But from a policy perspective, there was lots of things on, just to use an example, this last campaign cycle that were talked about. We talked about different tax policies that may be planned. And if you were to go front run a trade in anticipation of those things, it could change in a millisecond. And all of a sudden, the trade isn't really as effective.
Well, and look at how the markets reacted to tariffs, right? And the posturing of tariffs. And this is truly changing hour by hour right now. I mean,
yes, it is.
It's not even a day by day. We had the first proposal on tariffs on Canada and Mexico, market's down 700 points. All of a sudden, they get paused for a month. Next thing you know, the market's up 300 points. Literally same day that happened, right? Like that's the way that news can move through and have a direct impact on, again, not policy, just discussion around policy. And I'm going to come back and say that's noise. Right.
It is noise.
And it comes back to, and I agree with you, we can't ignore these things because they can have systemic impact. I think of tax policy as an example. That can have a more meaningful systemic impact. But it's one where you can't necessarily build an investment strategy solely predicated on political affiliation.
I couldn't agree more. And I really think it's one of the things we talked about is, trying not to maybe front run or overly react to policy. And I find that when you take a policy like tariffs, for example, by 9 a.m. we may have one, statement from the White House. By 2 p.m. we may have a different statement, completely different scenario. And we're talking about a really short time period. And for a lot of people, that can be really stressful to have such big swings in a short term. And for investors, one of the natural reactions is to squeeze. Well, I need to just hang on tighter. I need to move. I need to be more active. A lot of times that doesn't actually help the investment landscape. Trying to...
The previous presentation by Bogart Wealth was intended for general information purposes only. No portion of the presentation serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from Bogart Wealth or any other investment professional of your choosing. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk, and it should not be assumed that future performance of any specific investment or investment strategy or any other non-investment related or planning services, discussion, or content will be profitable, be suitable for your portfolio or individual situation, or prove successful. Neither Bogart Wealth's investment advisor registration status nor any amount of prior experience or success should be construed that a certain level of results or satisfaction will be achieved if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Bogart Wealth is neither a law firm nor accounting firm, and no portion of its services shall be construed as legal or accounting advice. No portion of the podcast content should be construed by a client or prospective client as a guarantee that he or she will experience a certain level of results if Bogart Wealth is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Copies of Bogart Wealth's current written disclosure brochure and Form CRS discussing our advisory services and fees are available upon request or at www.bogartwealth.com.